I want to talk about something that does not get enough attention in retirement planning. This is called the widow tax. What this is that when one spouse passes away, the increase in taxes that the widow and remaining spouse feel because of the change in tax brackets. Even though this is not a formal tax that is written into the tax code, it really feels like one. But it's made up of three parts. It's a change in tax filing status. It's the loss of one of the Social Security incomes in the household. And the third is the impact of required minimum distributions from retirement accounts. And when we talk about Social Security, this one's pretty obvious. Instead of two Social Securities coming into the house, now there's only one. If you were receiving $2,200 a month and your spouse was receiving $1,600 a month for a combined total of $3,800 a month in Social Security, now you're down to one Social Security deposit, and it's going to be that $2,200 deposit that's coming in from you or your spouse, whoever was earning the higher amount from Social Security. Now, this second layer is a lot less obvious, and it's very difficult to plan for, and it's the change in tax status. While both spouses are alive, we enjoy the married filing jointly tax status. But when one of our spouses passes away, now we are reduced to the single tax status. What this means is the widow is now suddenly taxed at higher rates, but it doesn't necessarily mean that there is less income. A couple receiving $80,000 a year in income is in the 12% tax bracket. However, when a widow is receiving the same amount, they're going to be in the 22% tax bracket. That's a substantial increase in the amount of taxes you're going to be paying each year. So even though your income drops, taxes may rise. Now, the third piece of the widow's tax puzzle comes from required minimum distributions. Required minimum distributions, or RMDs, start to occur in our early 70s when we are required to take distributions from IRAs, 401ks, 403bs, and other qualified retirement plans. Those don't change because one of our spouses passes away. So we are forced to take these distributions. Those distributions are typically taxed, and now these are going to be taxed at a higher tax level because we're losing the married filing jointly tax status. So just to review, the widow tax is made up of three components: a drop in Social Security, a change in tax bracket status, and required minimum distributions being forced out of qualified plans and taxed. Now, how do we plan ahead for these? The good news is, with proper planning, we can reduce the impact of the widow tax. Here are a few strategies for you to think about. The first is maximizing Social Security benefits. We can do this by delaying benefits until age 70, and this can increase the survivor's income for life. The second is to consider Roth conversions before required minimum distributions begin. Moving funds into a Roth IRA means future withdrawals are tax-free, and it reduces the size of taxable RMDs later. The third is to use life insurance strategically. A tax-free death benefit can help replace the lost Social Security check. 4 is to build multiple income streams. Having a mix of retirement accounts, annuities, and taxable investments can help smooth out this transition. And the last is to plan withdrawals carefully. A tax-aware withdrawal strategy can help minimize the widow's tax impact over the long term. Unfortunately, the widow tax isn't something we can eliminate completely, but it is something that we can prepare for. By planning ahead, you can protect your spouse and make sure that even in the face of loss, stability remains. If you want to learn more about how the widow tax may be impacting your financial plan, please check out our website at hoffmanwealth.com or reach out to us through the show notes below so that we can have a discussion about how to do better planning for you ahead.